Oh, I saw that.
Of course.
I knew she was going because she
Of
was here
course.
the other day, and I asked her. She was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck yeah, I'm going." She's like, "You going?" I was like, "Hell yeah." I was like, Me and Edgar so far are like the only ones for sure from my group because Brian never responded if he wanted to go or not.
Yeah. And then it was until afterwards he was like, "Oh, we'll just do resale."
I was like, okay, I mean that's cool. I'd like for
Yeah.
him to go. All right, let's do the recap.
What are the? Let me see what the notes were for last time.
My biggest notes are on Ruined Stone and on the Child Genasi.
Yeah, because we did a lot of what's it called? Um, fuck, what is that spell called? Scrying. We
Yeah.
scried
Frying, yeah.
on a bunch of people, and that's when
Hmm.
we found out that Hardman Webster Jr. is with the Torellians,
Yeah,
and um, oh, fuck. Hold on.
Yeah, there was a lot, so it's a lot to try and remember. But yeah, you guys did do some scrying. You scryed on, well, first of all, yeah, you guys talked to the wizard, Elio, that's right about the scrying circles. about the teleportation circles. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Ebrath, you in conversation with him kind of caught wind that he was looking into and researching the ruin stone, which you know to be a powerful artifact that has the capabilities of um, like harboring souls and uh, downright like destroying souls completely. Mm, Um, and so that was a big red flag for you. You remember that the ruin stone is kind of what got Zeth the White started on his fascination with like
Hmm.
right creating life,
And that was
and
why I kind of got pissed at him, right?
yeah. He offered to um allow you to come into the tower and use his labs for any sort of like research that you would need to do. Um, inviting you to kind of assist him in his research on the runestone, thinking that you would be a great help, with
Right.
advancing his studies. Uh,
Right.
Tybalt
Do you recall that?
kind of like talked him down, not talked him down, but kind of reassured him that that you guys like appreciate his offers, and the to not take your actions or words so harshly. Um,
Right.
After that, yeah, that was kind of it. We were getting ready to head over to the dock master, um, Valdi Estepar, who, as you guys recall, were she was gathering some resources to get you guys a uh, ride to the Thunder Cliffs, which is where the Cult of Talos has their headquarters of sorts. You guys were able to find it on the map that Vox and Ebrath were using. I can't remember who else was doing it. But you guys were using the glasses that you found. You're able to see that there was a spot on the map that didn't coincide with any of the like blips that you guys had saved, and so you're able to determine that that was your next step. However, it being a several days trip by boat, you had to wait for them to kind of find somebody to give you a ride, essentially.
Got it.
And with the teleportation circle, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically we have something that can teleport us back into town now, right?
Correct. It's like a gemstone
Right.
that,
And it's just one way though, right? Like we can't come back and then go back to where we were.
correct. It's like a fast travel button back to wherever you place the like home base anchor.
But the home base would have to be somewhere that can support teleportation, right? So like
Hmm.
I think right now we have it in town. so we can come back to town, but we could move it to somewhere that has a circle.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be a matter of like creating the teleportation circle where you want it. Um,
How complex is that?
it's fairly complex. This is like space-time manipulation. So, um, having a wizard like uh,
Gallia?
Galio, I said Elio earlier.
Yeah, I was
Galio,
like,
yeah,
wait, who's Ilio?
yeah. It sounded wrong when I said it, but I was like, oh, whatever.
So we
um,
would need somebody like him to set up a new one if
yeah,
we wanted to
he's the
move it.
one setting it up for you in the first place.
Okay.
And it's taken him time and research and like practice and test drives to get it to finally work. And if you recall, um, in discovering, um, in researching teleportation circles, it required him to research travel to alternate planes. That's what
Correct.
ultimately helped him discover um, the rumors of the Ruin Stone.
And Ebrath left his notes, right, for him to
He
review.
no, he
I
let
gave
him
him
read
a
it.
I let him read only a portion, like a portion I chose.
Okay.
Like basically I let him, knowing like how intelligent he was, I let him read a portion, understanding that I'm almost certainly he was going to make a copy of what he read.
Mm,
But I didn't let him venture deeper into my notes. Also,
Right.
I redropped a new icon if you wanna.
I saw it.
Okay.
All right, and then I can touch real quick on the other stuff. So my notes say that there is a ruined stone. I think it exists already. It seemed, well, was he trying to create it or does it already exist? We're not sure. Maybe.
You don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Okay.
He
But
alluded
it's
he alluded
mentioned in his
to
research.
yeah
So
he alluded to one like rumors of one, but there's I think I believe I even asked him about it. Um, he is not aware of currently one existing on the material plane.
Okay. Okay. Um, so the ruined stone, we're not sure if it actually exists, but it's able to alter the reality of time and space. It contains the soul of a being within it, and it is basically able to erase people. So it's like mass destruction kind of device. The initial inspiration for Zeth the White to be able to attach souls to magical items was born from this.
Right.
And I guess it's Zeth. Zeth researched how to bring things to life and manipulate souls. Zeth researched how to create a soul. And okay, so that's where it is. So the stone itself was said to have been lost to the void of time and space itself.
Yes.
Okay, so those are my notes on the ruined stone. And then for the Genasi, let's see what's relevant here. She was playing with three figures that had long, scraggly hair and long limbs and fingers, each of them having their own display of magic. She was happy and innocent at that time. Looking out at sea, there were signs of a boat, and I don't know, looks out to sea with amazement and slash wonder, seeks adventure. She can see more of the world than most people, and the boat that she was on is made of bones. But all of that said, the images are not continuous, so it's kind of just like flashes of memories almost.
Right.
And ultimately, Tybalt made contact with her and said, "We'll meet you at the Thunder Cliffs." And she said, "Thundercliff has friends, daddy friends too." So I take that to mean there's probably a lot of shit there, and we probably need an army.
Possibly. We also don't know because we're he's speaking to a literal child.
Right. But that's what she said. So,
Yeah.
and that's all I have in my notes. So unless there's anything else, I think we're
Just another thing too about the notes. So, um, it seemed that Zeth the White's notes because there was no available stone to use in his research. So he was having to use like the power of the dragon shards uh to make like a poor copy of what this rune stone would be capable of. Something to that effect. So it was only with
Okay.
the power of the dragon shards he was able to like create a soul or a facsimile of a soul, like what he did with me.
Okay.
And it's kind of something that um I'm only really able to piece together after speaking to um Galio. But I would have shared it with you guys as I like after, speaking to him or whatever in the ensuing couple hours or whatever it was.
Yeah, Edgar's like off in the Alps.
Yeah.
But
You're
yeah,
muted.
so no, that's
It's everyone.
isn't that fucking that's our town.
We're in
Leylon.
That's
Leland.
Leylon.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
fucking
is it?
Leylon, Dave. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He said that last time.
Oh, how funny.
That's
That's
Yo,
the
cool.
is my
continuation of
resolution
Leyland.
all fucked up for you guys?
No?
No.
Weird. It looks like not great on my screen.
Looks
Looks
fine.
okay. It looks a little grainy, but
Yeah, that's weird. It's
It's
normally
probably
not
just because
like
you're in
that.
the dark, though.
No, I'm not. I mean, I have the light behind me like normal. I'm playing in normal conditions.
Mine's not grainy for you. It's just like your shirt's kind of fucking with the camera a little because of the pattern, but
It's
that's not
busy.
anything. Yeah.
That's super weird.
It's like, yeah. But your
Like
face and everything looks normal.
if I lean forward, I can see that I'm super grainy, and that's never happened
Hmm.
Oh,
above
I don't
me.
get that at all.
Oh, let me stop my video and restart it. It's a little better. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Okay. Um, are we up to current with everybody?
I guess
I think
so.
so. All right. Well, in that case, you guys ready to head down to the dock masters?
Let's do it.
yeah.
Righty. Um,
Damn, all right.
you guys can drop your tokens.
Oh, that's weird. He doesn't say. Oh shit.
I wonder why
Watch
they.
out.
Well, it's just like, here I am.
I
Yeah.
think it just doesn't have the size definitions in the name of the token.
I'm sure we
Just
can figure
comes.
out a way to alter that.
Yeah. So if you go into your like manage token screen, and that's like the four little boxes on the bottom right, and go into wherever you have your folder, your token, you can click on the little edit tool, and then I think with the transform, it should be set to 5 feet as the default.
Isn't mine shows it should take up
It should be 1010 for the rows and columns.
so it's gonna take up the 5 by 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should take up like the perfect square.
Okay. All right. Did my guy get deleted?
I'm not sure.
Well, in either case, it's good.
Cool. All right. So as you guys walk down to through the city streets to the dock masters, you see that the city is very lively. There's a lot of traffic in town. There's a lot of people in the like shops. Um, there seems to be a lot more just busyness to the town than when you guys first arrived. You can see that it's getting busier and busier. More and more people are starting to settle inside the town and like doing their parts in the reconstruction. Um, as you walk out to the docks, you see that it is a cloudy day, but is a nice break from the constant rain that you guys have been suffering through for the past few months. Um, with sunshine kind of shining through here and there. Um, you enter the dockmaster's quarters, whatever this is called. This is their office, and you see Val Estepar, who's sitting there at the head of this little stage area. She welcomes you guys and says, "Thank you for coming. It is, I know it has been a few weeks, but I have finally procured some passage for you to the Thunder Cliffs. I've reached out to all of my resources and I was able to get in contact with two captains who were willing to take the job. Um, I have called them in to meet with you now so that you could make the choice yourself of who you'd like to take this journey with.
Oh
Do you
shit.
have any
Okay.
questions before you get started? Do you guys have any questions for her?
Um, of the two we're about to meet, what is your opinions on either or both of them?
Well, I have two captains in mind, and they're as different as oil and water, you might say. One is a young tabaxi. I couldn't remember what it was called. A young tabaxi captain who is renowned for her uh, bravery and her boldness, and she's a bit of a wild card. Her name is Stans in Tar. She
Stands
is
in tar?
Stans in Tar.
Like like she stands in tar? Like
That's her name.
okay. All
Don't wear
right.
it out, bro. Don't wear it out.
She says, "At least it's not Voxasla Nakada. Like, who? What kind of name is that?" She says Stanzentar is a well-doing captain. She's a bit reckless. She's a bit wild, um, but you'll always count on her for quite the adventure. The other is a stalwart dragonborn, very rigid and stiff, follows the rules to a T. Years of experience in the Navy, very much a get it done type of personality who um, excels at being a leader and being in charge of the people below him and always puts their safety first.
Hmm. Okay. But like I said, is there if you were if this was one of your jobs, who would you choose?
To be quite honest with you, I've hired both several times and no complaints on either way. Um,
So both equally capable.
yes, yes. Christoph, he is very serious and well to do, but he is efficient and um, somewhat ruthless in his execution in being able to get the job done. He is no funny business kind of guy. Stanzentar, you know, things don't always go according to plan with her, but then again, I don't think she's ever had a plan a day in her life. But she always pulls through somehow and always has a crazy story to go along with how it got done.
Okay. And my last question. In your estimation, which of these two would be able to complete the job first?
I have utmost faith in both. And that's why I invite them both to come in and give you the opportunity to speak to them because um, I have nothing bad to say about either. Ultimately, it is your quest, your journey. I figured at the very least you can make the decision for yourself and let fate lie in your own hands.
Okay.
Were there any other considerations beyond these two?
Oh, like I said, I reach out to many, many captains in the area, but scheduling problems, life gets in the way. This holidays are coming up. Everybody wants to take time
Holidays are
off.
coming.
It's getting harder and harder to get schedules to line up.
Fair enough, Valdi. Well, if there's nothing else, I'd like to meet them.
Cool. With that, there's a knock at the door, and you hear a person on the other side and says, Miss Estepar, the captains are here to see you. And she says, "Oh, that's great. Let them in. Let them in." And come the captains. The first that enters is a tall dragonborn captain. Kristoff is his name. He has a brooding scowl about him as he takes in the room and seemingly measures each of you instantly with his eyes, taking in the details of the room, seemingly knowing where the entrances and exits are, places where there might be room for cover. Um, Looking at the room from a strategic standpoint, he gives you guys a very curt bow at the waist and says, I believe I have been procured as a guide for a quest of yours, and I welcome the honor of helping Lord Neverember and his agents to the crown. Um, as he's kind of going on about his. Why is this so big and this one's so small? Oh, there we go. There's just the maps that's wrong then. Okay. As he's going on and on about the honor it is and privilege it is for him to be able to assist, a mission from the crown, the doors kick open as this very lithe and slender tabaxi kind of glides into the room, almost as if the rules of physics don't apply to her, as she says, "Well, I've heard we've got an adventure on our hands. Who are these poor souls that have been charged with Stanzentar?" And you see Tabaxi here. Let me find her. Sorry.
Oh, that's weird looking.
She is a tall and slender tabaxi. She has a pure white coat. And
Ooh, okay. She looks like a little fucking kitsune almost,
kinda.
but not a fox.
Yeah. As she enters the room, she like throws an arm over your shoulder, Tybalt, as you're the closest, and you can smell the alcohol on her breath as it kind of like is seeping through her. I don't know if cats have pores, but they're that smell when somebody's been drinking all night and you can just smell it on them.
Yeah.
She throws her arm around you and kind of leans onto you a bit, laughing and saying, "What is your name? You are quite the handsome young man. Tell me about yourself."
Well, I'm I'm Tybalt. Nice to meet you. Where are you coming from?
Oh, I have been all over the Sword Coast the last few months. I was down over in the Dragon Isles a few weeks ago and got into some fun there, and now I've returned back to um, finish my deal, and I've found myself with some free time, and I just thought, I've always just been a leaf blowing on the wind, letting the wind take me wherever it takes my sails. And you can tell that she is now kind of like righting herself as she was um, really just using you as support to kind of keep herself up as she kind of uh, elegantly but non-gracefully, if that's a thing.
Is she a little hungover?
I mean, sure. She
Still
kind of
inebriated?
waddles over to the third chair as she says, I can tell this is going to be a fun bunch. What's the mission?
Box?
Well, first of all, nice to meet you both. Thank you for showing interest in our adventure, we'll call it. I have a couple of questions for you both, and I think ultimately we'll be able to decide which of you is better suited for our interests.
And
Tell me,
Christoph kind of chimes in and says, "Oh, well, don't you worry, sir. I always complete my missions with the utmost efficiency, and I will guarantee that we have a job well done."
I'm glad to hear that. I have a couple of questions for you both. First of all, how many people can we bring on your respective ships? What kind of crew can you support?
Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second while I figure out the answer to that question.
Okay, fair enough.
Um, damn it. Oh, okay. Stanzentar says, she says, my Corsair is the fastest ship on the seas. The Dancing Delight has no equal. I can get in and out of any situation with a small crew of only 20 men. There has never been a tide too strong or sea too choppy for my sailing ship. It's a Corsair. Sorry, and then I don't know anything about naval like lingo, just so you know. So like don't expect fucking like nautical terms.
Just gotta wing it, bro.
I don't this is outside of my wheelhouse here. Um Christoph,
Does that mean you have 20 men or that we can bring 20 men?
I have a crew. I have a crew of my own, and sorry, hold on. She says, I have a crew, a small ragtag bunch of seaworthy men who are not afraid to get their hands dirty to get a job done. And Christoph kind of clears his throat and kind of like looking over in like disapproval and almost like resentment or like disgust, like like this is below him.
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, I captain one of the finest galleys that was gifted directly from Lord Never Ember himself. My crew is professional seamen and very hardened veterans of the. That's what they're called. Okay, don't joke. Be an adult." I was
Fucking
waiting to
bunch of
end it.
seamen.
Yeah. And Christoph says, my galley can fit up to 80 passengers easily and be very comfortable. My ship is so strong, no choppy water has ever given us any fear. Our my Physical terror. Oh yeah, he says my ice flow will navigate any waters and dominate them with strong, uh, with its strong bow, break any
Vox,
waters.
Vox, do you mind if I ask a couple questions?
I have several more to get through, but absolutely. What do you have?
Uh, so it seems that we're dealing with two vastly different types of ships and crews. Um, well, your galley seems mighty. Galleys aren't necessarily known for speed. Um, my question for you, Christoph, is are you confident you could match the speed that Stand in Tar can bring us? Because a Corsair moves much more quickly in the water.
I assure you. What is your name? Apologies. I don't think we've had introductions.
You can call me Ebreth.
Well, steadfast Ebreth, I assure you that the ice flow is one of the most dominating ships on the ocean. No tide, no choppy water, no deterrent weather has ever stopped us from achieving our goal. Speed is not a factor needed when you can dominate the space with size and strength.
Well, but you see, we are in need of speed in this moment in time, and a name like Ice Flow doesn't really bring to mind speed.
Keep in mind that my much larger staff um, offers many more uh, rowers and larger sails. Once with the wind behind us, there's nothing stopping us. Even
But
the
with
smallest ships get beat by the ice flow.
okay, my second question, besides us, what other cargo do you plan to carry?
I have a mission to Neverwinter that is being transported. You are along the way, and this is me essentially killing two birds with one stone.
What about you, Stans?
She lets out a large as she burps. She wipes the drool from her mouth, and she says, "All of my cargo has been offloaded, and I have an empty ship. Smooth sailing, baby."
I'm sorry, what did he say he was taking to Neverwinter?
He didn't
Cargo.
say.
Lies.
So Captain Kristoff, I understand you may not feel the need to divulge what type of cargo you are carrying to Neverwinter, but I trust me when I say that this is integral into whether or not we choose to charter your ice flow. So I ask again, what are you taking to Neverwinter?
Well, young sir, I hope you realize that I work within the absolute confines of the law. I work directly with the Royal Navy, and I have served in the Royal Navy for many years. There is not a deed that I have done that could be counted as dishonorable. Breaking my contract is not one of them. Please know that any cargo that I have is completely legal and contractually bound.
Are you contractually bound to not divulge what your cargo is?
Sir, I have a job to do and I intend to do it.
Okay, I understand that, but what you're not understanding is you captain a very, very large ship with a large crew. Not only do you sit much heavier in the water, you, pardon my saying, but you just do not travel nearly as quickly as the average Corsair, let alone possibly the one piloted by Stanzintar. My question is, if you were, say, carrying 100 barrels of ale in the hold of ice flow, we can in good conscience charter you. You'd be much, much too slow for what we need because time is of the essence.
He
Ebrath,
says,
if I may, how long is it going to take us to get there, Christoph?
"Oh, my ship, I assure you, is swift indeed. I can get you there in several days, as promised."
Several days being
It
five
is a
days, 10
2 to 3
days.
day journey. That is our travel time.
What about you, Stans? How quickly can you get us there?
Stanzentar says, like he says, it's a 2 to 3 day journey. I could probably get you there in 2.
Boys, what do you think?
I have a couple more questions. Let's prod a little here. Uh, what's it going to cost us for each of you? What are you charging?
And Christoph clears his throat and says, "Excuse me. This charter has been paid for by the city of Leylon. There will be no charge for you on my vessel."
I look to Stans.
Stanzentar says, "Well, nothing in this world is free, but we can come to some sort of arrangement, you and I."
Is Leylon not paying you?
"Well, that's between me and Leylon. I'm doing business with you 3.
Okay. And a couple more questions. Do either of you have experience navigating the Thunder Cliffs?
And Stanzentar immediately is, "Oh, my ice flow is one of the largest galleys that can get in and out of the choppiest of weathers. Many captains fear the Thunder Cliffs. I sail through it with ease."
But you didn't answer my question. Do you have experience there?
"Sir, I just said that I sail through it with ease. The Thunder Cliffs is en route to Neverwinter. In order to avoid the Thunder Cliffs, many captains go around and add an extra day to their journeys. My galley is strong and with strong sails and a strong bow that can break the choppiest of waters. I sail through it like a hot knife through butter. I assure you that my galley is the best option you have."
Stans and Tar, do you have any experience there?
And she says, like the Dragonborn says, many captains avoid this area due to the difficulty in navigating the choppy waters. The Dancing Delight does exactly that. She dances on the water beautifully as it crests the waves, the moonlight shining down on us like an elegant dancer tiptoeing around on the dance floor with a stunned audience left with their jaws agape at her beauty.
Ebrath rolls his eyes.
um,
That's enough of that, Khajiit.
She's not a Khajiit.
Where's your moon sugar?
Okay. Okay. Final question for now. Could we commission you both? Would you be willing to sail side by side?
Christoph says, "As I've said, I have been commissioned to a trip to Neverwinter. You can use my services to ensure that your job gets done correctly. But if you are not going to use me for this mission, I will be on my way."
Stans and Tar, are you willing to sail side by side?
And she says, "I see that you are a bit of an earthbound individual. You must not spend much time out on the waters. Out on the open sea, there is no law to protect you, to hide behind. There are many captains who are willing to take their stake and take their chances to get a leg up against their competitors. No captain will willingly sail alongside another captain's ship. That would be foolish.
Okay,
Vox, if you're done with your questions, I think I may have a couple more.
go for it.
Um, Firstly, how many fighting men do you both employ?
Stanzentar says, my ragtag bunch of men are 15 strong, more than enough to sneak in and take out any foe.
Christoph?
Christoph says, oh, I assure you that my staff is much larger. I can staff up to 80 men at a time, and all of my men are seasoned veterans, naval officers that have retired and have now moved into the private sector who work with the utmost efficiency and authority, with the right amount of control and the moral compass to do good.
Okay. Um,
And he says these are no pirates. These are seasoned, trained men. These aren't a bunch of drunks that just come in from the docks looking for adventure. And Stanzentar kind of looks over at him and says, oh, you're so stiff and rigid. I could use that later.
Oh my God. Okay.
And Kristoff is just like, oh.
So I think that actually might be enough, dude. Captains, if you would excuse us, I think my companions and I have a need to have a talk amongst ourselves before we make our decision.
Understood, Sir Ebreth. I have the utmost faith that a man of your intelligence will make the correct decision. As he kind of gives you guys a bow and makes his way to the little break room back here as he awaits your decision. Stanzentar does the same and says, I'll see you three later. We're going to be in for quite the ride. This will be fun. And she looks at you, Ebrath, and she says, you look like you know how to enjoy a good drink. I think we'll get along just fine. And she makes her way out.
All right, so I think the only thing we have going for us here is that Stanzentar is going to get us there a little bit faster.
Yeah,
It's dicey though. It's dicey.
So that was the thing that I was asking about is she runs a much, much smaller ship. She has no cargo weighing her down. In general, galleys are dependable if staffed correctly, but are not known for speed.
Right.
I don't trust in his estimation that he'd be able to get us there in the same amount of time as a Corsair with no cargo. Like, not only does he have quadruple the amount of men, but he seems to have a pretty sizable cargo on top of that.
And we're his secondary priority.
Right. I mean, they both seem to be about their business, so that doesn't really worry me that much. They don't know our mission, so that doesn't really matter at this point. They're getting paid by Leylon.
Well, Stanzentar said she would require payment.
I mean, whatever, we can figure that out. But
If it came down to it,
You guys have a lot of money.
yeah, so but
Right.
all I'm worried about is who is gonna get us there quicker. I really don't I, I can't conceivably see these two vessels and agree with their captains that they're going to get us there in the same amount of time.
I agree. Counterpoint: 80 fighters that are seasoned fighters and trained and disciplined.
Sure.
We're probably going to need some help based on our interaction with my daughter.
Sure, but again, we're not his main priority. He's
Right.
not going to stay and fight with us, no matter what Leylon is paying them. He's going to get us to the Thunder Bluffs and get the fuck out of there to deliver his cargo to Neverwinter.
The
If we're
odds
costed
are,
along, if we're costed along the way, sure,
I think we will be.
right. But we're a much bigger target in a galley, right? Also, to fight, a galley needs to slow quite a bit, almost to a standstill in the open water. Not only does that lose us time, no matter how capable they are, but I mean, a sustained fight is not what we need. Not with the three of us. No matter how capable we are, of course, we're going to be worth much more than the bulk of their crews, but that's not what we need. A Corsair's ideal journey is going to be to avoid a fight whenever possible through sheer speed.
Tybalt, you've been silent. What are your thoughts here?
I think our only option is Stan's, because she's never had a plan and she's relied on her survival instinct. When have we ever had a moment where any of our plans went just how we thought they were going to go? On a moment's
Good
notice,
point.
you know that he's going to cut and run because he has a mission to deliver cargo. He will try and save us, but he will not stay if push came to shove. He has a greater mission.
Agreed.
I think Stans has that she'll survive and she'll help us survive.
Yeah, I also I agree with you, Tybalt. I also don't think she will shy away from a fight.
I think she'll enjoy a fight,
Right.
if anything. All right,
That's kind of character to me.
I can get on board with that. I'm thinking we
As
try to
much as I
convince
don't like the
her.
cat lady, I think she's our best option.
I think we try to convince her or work out a deal where they'll actually stay and fight with us and help us achieve what we need to. I think she'd be more likely to.
Sure, but again, I don't necessarily think we can rely on that. Um, this is we're talking about cause, and she is someone that is about her business. That's a different thing. She is more likely to help us in an emergency, but I don't think we should necessarily focus on the prospect of turning her to our cause, because I don't think that's realistic.
I think it is. She has nothing else going on.
Right, but okay, sure. That's just my opinion. I don't think we're gonna get much of anywhere, but if I'm wrong, great. She's the more likely to help us, but I don't see her standing and fighting with us at the Thunder Bluffs. I just don't think that's realistic. I think we have to rely on ourselves.
All right. Well, it's settled.
Which I mean, it's been sufficient thus far. I don't think we necessarily need to rely on someone else because we're not trying to lay siege to the Thunder Bluffs, right?
Undercliffs.
Thundercliffs. That's not really our aim. Our aim is to do what we need to do to get either information or, obviously rescue your daughter, Vox, but we're not waging war with 3 men.
Well, here's another question, and I agree with you. I'm leaning definitely towards Stans and Tar. Who are we bringing with us? I'm not sure that the three of us are sufficient.
I mean, that was all we spoke about, we didn't ask Leylon for conscripts. I think if that's our aim, we should be doing that as soon as possible.
I don't know if they have the necessary forces to
Also
give
agreed.
us. I think we may be better off being leaner for this mission. Get in and get out.
Yeah, agreed. Like I said, I understand where you're coming from, Vox. We simply don't have the forces. If we had the whole 9-9 with us, I still don't think it would be a prudent decision to go in guns blazing. I think we need to do our best to keep it covert, get in, get out, do what we need to do. Obviously, there's going to be fighting, but if they have amassed forces there, it's not something we can do to hit them head on. And if we're going to take extra people, then the Corsair is not our option. Then we go with a galley with as many troops as possible. But I agree with Tybalt. I don't think Leylon has the manpower to loan us.
It's worth asking. They're expecting us. There's no question. They know we're coming.
Okay. Then what we need to do is speak to Leylon and maybe reach out to the lizard people. But again, this is taking time. We've already wasted a few days here. How much more do you want to waste?
I think it's a quick question.
Granted, it's been several weeks.
Right.
Right. I think it's a quick question.
Okay.
I think we see if they're able to spare any soldiers that can help. I still think it's worth a conversation with Stanzentar. While I don't think it's their primary objective, again, I don't think they have much else going on. She has 15 fighters. Maybe we don't need all of them. That might be a little too much. That might be a little too loud. But maybe we commission a couple of them to sort of hang with us. And I just think we're going to need it. There are only 3 of us.
Also keep in mind, if we are commissioning the captain of the Corsair, she is not going to be physically able to keep many more people on deck with us.
Then
So
maybe we just take a couple of those fighters.
Okay. That's all I'm saying. You just need to understand what our options are realistically. If we're taking the Corsair, it's because we are saying speed over anything else. So we have to keep that in mind if we're trying to add additional cargo to this boat.
Then let's just roll with the 15 fighters, or a couple of them.
Then maybe
they're already going to be part of the crew, regardless. There's no extra added weight.
So then, what do we do? Do we speak to them now, or do we commission her and see where we get?
I think we talk. I mean, the choice is pretty clear here. I think we're going with Stanzentar, regardless. I think we talk to her and see what it's going to cost us to have a couple of fighters from her crew join us and stay and navigate these cliffs with us. And see what she says.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, we'll call them back in, Ronnie.
All right, and Val the Astapar comes over and calls them over, and she says, "Thank you for your patience. The clients have, I believe, come to a decision." And Stanzentar Kristoff speaks up, and he says, Tybalt, Vox Aslan, Ebrath, I assure you, you have made the right decision. You will not regret commissioning me and my men to help you assist in your endeavors. This will be one for the record books, if I may say so myself.
Kristoff, we your cargo, we talked and came to the consensus that it is much too precious. If you've decided to not tell us what it is, it's because it is of utmost importance, and as such, we better not risk that be damaged or lost. I'm sorry you will not be coming with us, but we do wish you the best of luck.
And he says, "Oh, I believe you've made a mistake. This can't be true. My ship is the best galley in the Sword Coast. You need a mission done."
Oh, and there's no doubt about that. That's why this cargo and getting it to Neverwinter is your top priority. You should do so.
Well, if that is your decision, I will be on my way. And he kind of like scoffs and like rolls his eyes at you. And he exits the room and stands in tar. Oh shit. What map
Just
do you
got
guys?
I see there's like caves and it's all revealed. I'm trying not
Ty.
to pay attention
Cool.
to it.
Cool. All right, tight. Hold on. Let me finish what I was doing because I don't want it to get fucking cool.
What are all those mobs?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Actually, Christoph, hold on. Christoph,
What murders?
imagine.
What murders?
Can you guys scrap?
And he says, I assure you, my men are seasoned veterans of the Royal Navy. They have the utmost combat training on the water. They are soldiers who follow orders to a T and get the job done.
But would they be willing to fight for us?
As I said, my men are soldiers trained in naval combat. They have never once shied away from a fight, nor have we ever once lost a fight.
But I think they fight for him, not for us.
Right. That was my question. So that's fine. You don't want to answer it. I understand. Your business is your business.
Before our decision is final, Stanzentar, would you and a couple of your men be willing to join us once we land there, or are you leaving immediately?
As I said before, Earthbound One, everything comes with a price, but I'm always willing to negotiate.
Captain Kristoff, I thank you for your offer. I agree with Tybalt. Your priorities are clear. And we
And
can't
also, that's
afford to
okay.
be secondary here.
He says, I believe you are making a mistake, but I understand that your mission has restrictions that I'm not privy to, and I believe that you are wise enough to make a decision that is based on your own knowledge and wisdom. Despite the fact that I think you are making a mistake, I respect your decision. Have a good day.
I look forward to maybe working with you in the future, Captain. Thank you.
He like walks by kind of in your direction. And then he leaves.
Stanzentar, I think now we need the nitty gritty. We
Stanzentar is kind of sitting sideways in the chair with like her legs up over the arm of the chair, crossed as she's kind of like reclining back. You can see that she's like fiddling a gold coin kind of between her fingers, doing like the little ladder thing. And she says, yes, the nitty gritty. That is my favorite part.
Hey, where did that accent come from?
Do you
I've
like
been
poopies?
forgetting to do it. I started it and then I forgot. Because her name is Stanzentar. And then I never
Are you
used
sure
it
you're
again.
not a Khajiit?
I am not a Khajiit. That is just the only frame of reference I have.
Well, Stanzentar, I mean, obviously, our primary objective here is clear. We need to get to the Thunder Cliffs. We need to get there quickly. Once we arrive, I I would love it if you and I look to my colleagues. How many people we talking here? How many do we think we need?
As many as they can spare.
Yeah, as many as are willing.
But I'm back to, do we want to go loud? Because if we bring 15 fucking rowdy seamen with us, it's gonna be loud.
Jesus, you
There's
said
no
semen.
sneaking. There's no sneaking at that point.
I agree.
Well, we can
And
Stands in
have.
tar.
she kind of like brings her fingertips together, kind of like I'm doing, and looks over them through them into you, and she says, "I assure you that stealth is something that me and my men are very, very good at. We've had quite our few run-ins where we've needed to get in and out very quietly, and it's something that we excel at."
Okay.
Okay.
And
What's it gonna cost us for you and your crew to join us once we arrive?
And she says, "We can make those negotiations once we're out on the open sea, where less people to overhear."
Well, we can just find a quiet area now.
Oh, and then Valdi says, "It sounds like you guys have much to discuss. I will excuse myself and um, get about my business. You guys are welcome to use this area for as long as needed, and I wish you safe travels."
Valdi, thank you for setting this up. I appreciate your services. I'll
She
give
puts like
her.
her hand like on her heart, and she kind of gives you like a curt bow, and she says, "We are very appreciative of your efforts to rebuild Leylon. As the head of the docks, I am doing everything I can to rebuild this dock as a hub of trade for the city and for the Sword Coast. You are helping me by getting this done, and we are all very appreciative of you. Thank you very much."
Okay.
And she excuses herself to like her back office and kind of disappears.
question. While we're speaking, just really quickly, I'm just gonna casually mention it to Tybalt. Tybalt. Um, as of right now, we no longer have our other original companion with us, right?
Who's that?
That would be gone.
He's not with us currently.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're in need of armor, yes?
I have the armor I'm currently wearing.
Okay.
I believe it is. Yeah, it's become lightning resistant after our
right after
encounter
our
with,
encounter.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering, just because as we're making final preparations, I'm trying to dictate what my infusions are going to be. Would you have need of a ring that could recover a spell slot of a 3rd level or lower?
would I need to attune to said item?
No, you would not.
Then I could. I
Okay.
feel third level or lower.
Third level or lower. You have to use an action to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Add that to your
That can
inventory.
come in handy. What is it?
I'm also gonna add Mind Sharpener to my inventory. Does not require attunement. Well, look it up in your while we're doing this. Look it up in your inventory. I don't believe it requires attunement.
What is it? Ring of spell?
Ring
That's
spell
just-
refueling ring. Spell hyphen refueling ring. Yeah, it doesn't say in my thing, so I don't believe it does. I don't even think it's an actual known item. It's just an infusion I can
Yeah, it didn't
create.
show up, so I guess yeah.
Okay. I will also be
I'll make note of it.
yeah, perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my infusion on Gon's half plate since he's not present. And I'm gonna drop my infusion on sending stones. And I'm gonna replace them with the spell refueling ring and the mind sharpener, which I will keep. And I'll say I put it on the traveler's clothes that I'm wearing. So the mind sharpener, whenever the creature fails a con saving throw to maintain concentration on a spell, it can use its reaction to succeed instead, expending 1 charge, 4 charges total, regain 1d4 charges at dawn. So along with my, yeah, in lieu of having Warcaster, it's pretty useful. Sorry, go ahead. I just was thinking about this as we were talking.
So with Valdi having left the room, I'll re-engage Stans and Tar. We have some privacy now. Can we discuss the details here?
He says, yes. So it sounds like this mission is a dangerous one. And to be quite honest with you, that is what my preference is. What is it that you're really asking of us?
I require that you get us there as quickly as possible. And once we are there, I want you and your crew to assist us with what we need to do in Thundercliffs. This will involve fighting. You may lose a couple of men.
What exactly are we doing in Thundercliffs, Vox?
We're getting my daughter back.
I see. We're after treasure then. It is very valuable treasure.
Treasure of the highest order, stands in Tar.
I'll be quite honest with you. I didn't take you for the fatherly type, but
It's new to me too.
she says, well then. Luckily, my men and I have some experience with the Thundercliffs caves. We might have stopped there once or twice on, not the legalist of missions, but that only raises my value, I believe. My men know the area. We can get you in. But we need a cut of the loot.
And if there is no loot to be had,
Then I'm sure we'll find some other arrangements.
uh, boys, I think we need to iron this out now before we head out.
I agree.
What are we talking?
Well, I think it is fair for the danger that we are putting myself and my crew and my ship into, knowing, that fighting is involved. I believe 20% of any found loot is a reasonable deal.
And if there's no loot to be found, like I said,
What would you offer? I have a goods you are looking to purchase. What are you willing to spend? And she like rolls the coin through her fingers again.
I'm willing to offer 10 gold apiece for your fighters and 50 for you as the captain.
She says, I see. Well, in that case, I believe you should try to run out and catch Sir Christoph.
What's it going to cost, Stanzentar?
Like I said, 20% of the loot. Or 2,000 gold.
Shit. Okay.
I am a generous woman. How about this? Whichever of the two is lower.
I will. I will go ahead and put my hand over my chest, cast guidance on myself. And say, oh, come now. I'm sure we can do better than that.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to persuade her to bring her mounts
Okay, roll
or
a
demand
persuasion
much.
check.
Okay.
Damn, 2 hours in, first roll.
Yeah.
Damn, ain't no one gonna help me, huh? All right.
I mean,
You guided yourself.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, bro, I have a -1 on persuasion.
what?
All right.
I thought you were the charismatic one.
No, I speak like that. My character does it.
Okay, well, shit.
Our charismatic one is not here. All right.
I wouldn't. I guess I'll do the
That's all.
persuading from now on.
That's all right. All right, fuck it. Let's go. Ah, fuck. All right. I'm just gonna roll it just
Hold
to.
on, add your D4.
I did it. That's a
Hey,
6. That's a 6.
And so again, tell me how you were trying to persuade her.
I am. So I'm saying I'm sure we can bring that amount down. 2,000 gold. I mean, come now. Think of what you would gain by assisting the Sword Coast 99. We are already champions of this town. We are destined for greatness. Don't you want to attach yourself to us?
And tell me, young gnome, what would attaching myself to you be? Somebody who thrives in staying under the radar, somebody who exists in the shadows. Why would I want to be well known?
Well, you know, word of mouth doesn't only go. It's not only spoken about to those above board. You know of us, do you not?
Never heard of you.
Oh, come now. I'm gonna
She says, "Oh, we can
I'm
arrange
gonna
that together."
I'm gonna insight checker.
Insight checker.
Okay. 21. 21?
21. She's telling the truth.
She's never heard of us before. Shit.
She has spent her more recent times um out on the ocean getting into pirate shit.
Tibble is gonna take a step forward and say, "So your terms were 20% or 2,000 gold," and he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a scroll and hands it to her. And as she unrolls it, she'll see the wanted poster for me
Mm-hmm.
and say
Oh shit.
20%, or you know where I am. You can turn this in for information on my whereabouts. You'll get your gold.
And she looks at the scroll and a smile crosses her face. And she says,
God damn it, Edgar.
Fuck. I was gonna go a different way, but all right, man.
and a smile crosses her face and it's a very nefarious kind of look to her. And
Shit.
she says, 10,000 gold for just you, Tybalt? After all, there is a group of you. Surely there's more. And she says, if you're so well known, I think it goes within reason that each of you has a price on your heads. Am I correct?
Well, I will not answer that, only to say that this deal that we're making now is for me. Me alone.
Give me a persuasion check.
Alright,
Can I assist
I'll
him?
guide myself.
How would you assist him?
I will. Okay.
Make it make
So
sense.
I will attempt to sweeten the pot to misdirect her from our own wanted statuses. I will say, now Stanzentar, my colleague is being truthful. However, have you ever owned a bag of holding? Are you aware of what they are capable of?
And she says, oh, my sweet prince. She says, I am a pirate. I have many bag of holdings.
Impossible.
Not true. She says, you'd be surprised the treasure you find out on the open sea.
Only two exist in this world, and I own one of them.
That might be true, but I have my ways.
Well, I know that my single bag of holding is worth far more than 2,000 gold.
She says, that might be the case. How much are you worth?
Worth your ship's weight in gold.
I don't believe you.
I'll look to Tybalt and I'll sigh and say, look what you've gotten us into. And I'll drop my glamour.
So are you
And
still trying to persuade her, Tybalt?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll it.
with advantage, right?
No, she's not persuaded by you.
What?
That's guiding myself. 14 plus 4, 18.
18. She says, Tybalt, I could tell that you are a good man who is protecting his friends. And in honor of that, I will share a little secret with you as well. And she reaches into her little satchel that's kind of behind her waist, and she uh, pulls out her own scrap of paper that's like folded over. It's been folded over several times. You can see these like deep creases where like the um, lines are just kind of embedded in the fabric of the paper itself now. Um, and as she unravels it, she hands it over to you, and it's still half folded. Do you take
Yeah.
You take the piece of paper and you open it, and you see that it is a wanted poster for her in the amount of 50,000 gold.
Oh shit.
And she says, I assure you, you are in good company with me. I do not ask questions as to why you were wanted. I get paid to do a job, and I make sure it gets done.
And then I think we're in good company. Who would a person be if they didn't have a wanted poster out for them?
I agree. It just makes me like you a little bit more.
I think we'll get along just fine and we'll have a great business relationship.
And she says, well, then I think it is time that we celebrate with a drink. Who would like some? As she reaches into her little satchel and pulls out this like jug of rum. She says, I think it's about time we celebrate to new business and new friends and new adventure.
Fuck it.
Yeah, we'll take it too.
She nods at you a breath. She says, I knew you'd come around. I know a drinker when I see one.
I mean, you can't tempt me with good swill and not expect me to partake.
She says, I think we're going to get along just fine, you and I. Cheers. And she pours out a little bit into some glasses for you.
And so is this a normal glass size for her?
I would say it's like a little low
Like a
ball, I
little rocks
guess.
glass?
Yeah,
Little rocks glass? Okay.
whatever they're called.
How much is he pouring? Like a finger?
No, yeah, like a decent amount, like you would pour out for a cheers, a
So
toast.
I'm gonna grab it, look down and like raise an eyebrow and be like, oh come.
And she says, "Oh,
What's happening?
Evrath, we are going to get along just great." And she pours you like 3/4 of the cup.
Goddamn.
So I'm gonna have to raise it with both hands. And
And she says, "Vox Aslam, do you
I will
partake?"
join you. I will
She
join you.
says, "You are one rock solid dude, Vox Aslan." And she pours you about like half a cup as well. She says, "Now, Sir
And I'll reach
Tybalt."
out and do one of these. Like,
Oh yeah, check for the fucking dagger.
thank you for your partnership.
And she says, "Tybalt, I know you are a man of the cloth, but surely you partake of the ceremonial wine from time to time."
On special occasions, and
"Oh,
I
I think this is the specialist of occasion." She hands you a drink,
wholeheartedly agree.
and she cheers the three of you and takes a big swig of her jug. And she says, "Now then, how
can I
soon would you like to be off?"
hold I wanted to do something though as I took it.
Sure.
Hold
So I'm
on real
gonna
quick, guys. Sorry, I was waiting for a good stopping point. I do have to take out Cass.
yeah.
So I can keep listening unless we want to take a break.
We can take a little break.
Yeah, we can take a few minutes.
Okay. I'll be back in like 10 minutes or less. I'm just gonna go take her out, use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Cool. Sounds good.
Ronnie, remind me I was gonna make a check.
What check?
I was going to make a I was gonna make a perception check.
Also, Ronnie, when you have you answered me. Never
I
mind.
just saw it right now. Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I was gonna make a perception check. So just remind me.
All right.
Go ahead. Let's go ahead and do it. Dave can
Okay.
start walking cast. We can
All
just
right.
finally. Just...
So I want to make a perception check. Twofold. First, I wanted to try and taste for any poisons.
In that case, give me a medicine check.
Medicine check. Okay, fine. Hold on. Let me roll my d4. So that is an 18.
Okay. Yeah, no poisons.
Okay.
Just
And
really strong rum.
my second check was to check the quality of the rum.
Oh,
And
very high quality.
okay, and to see if I could gather where it was distilled.
This. Ooh, I mean, how much would you know about that?
I mean, I've been alive for a couple hundred years, so
Does Abrath partake in alcoholic beverages from across the world as a still
Zeth
defender?
Zeth the White would have,
Okay,
and also I'm not a normal steel defender, so I would have.
I know, but I'm
I
just
would have
trying to think
sipped.
like RP wise.
Yeah, I would have sipped here and there with him. I would say him being a gnome and traveling quite a bit.
We could
You know,
even
he would.
say that like maybe you developed your glamour as a part of a like security measure for when you were with Seth the White to appear
Right,
normal.
and I would have. I would have.
To
I
not
would have
draw
partaken.
attention
Yeah.
as like, oh hey, there's this guy with a robot. Now it's just hey, there's two guys. You
Right.
know? So I would say having tasted alcohol around the world would have been part of your review. So I guess that does make sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, you know that this is. It reminds you of a tropical rum that was imported and very expensive, especially to get in the area surrounding Sunfarla, considering how far you were from the coast. It has like it does. You don't have like you can't pin it down to the distillery, but you
Right,
can
but the
you can
region
taste
maybe.
the traditions of the region in their rum making.
Mhm.
You know this to be like a tropical rum from these like island cluster like off the coast.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. So I would say as I take mine, I sip it for taste first, take in the bouquet, smash the rest, put my glass down, say, well, I didn't take a pirate for having such a developed palate.
she says, "Oh,
What do
you should give me a little more credit, Zebrath. I'm not just your simple everyday pirate. I'm a world traveler. I'm an entrepreneur."
Yes, but this rum, the sugar cane used, that fruit, what, pineapple?
She says, have you been to the fuck? What are they called? Give me one sec. I forgot what it was called. Damn, I literally just had a fucking brain fart. She says, have you been to the Stormdrake Isles recently?
Oh, not in some time, but I will say last I had it, they weren't also processing it into brown sugar like this has been, and they also weren't using clove to spice it.
And she says, "Ah, yes. Well, there's a very funny story behind this room. I'll have to tell you sometime when we're out on the sea. You'd never believe me, but I told you. But I had to fight a dragon for this room."
And what is it they're aging this in now? Because I don't see that they were using whiskey barrels last time I had this, and it seems that this oak, white oak now. When did that happen?
That is a little bit above me. I do not focus so much on the methods used. Like, I'm more of a results kind of gal.
Well, I mean, if you have more of this in your Corsair, you and I will be fast friends.
And she says, "Oh, I assure you, there are many lonely nights out at sea, and no better company than a nice glass of rum. Many of my adventures have been fueled by the need to procure some more."
And I'll go ahead and pull my glamour back up.
All right, cool. I'm gonna take a quick break myself,
Yep.
and we will be back right back. Remind me, I want to do a check when I'll get back.
Okay.
Yellow.
Hey, can you hear me all right? Testing.
All right, fuckaroonies, I'm back.
Hey, how's my sound coming through?
Good. It's not super loud or anything. That's like perfect level.
Cool. I'm testing out my the mic.
Nice. Yeah. What's that? Oh,
I'll let him in.
he's like that Eric Andre meme. He's like, "Let me in."
Yeah, yeah.
A Frankie story to Brianna's sister because she's still staying with us till Sunday.
Hmm. Yo, so what happens in the manga at the end of Attack on Titan?
So basically, it's a similar thing, but I think that there's way less there's
Thank
way
you.
less
Yeah.
like um okay, so you know the last episode's like an hour long or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
it's
only
like
a
a movie. It's
couple.
like an
It's
hour
like
and
it's
30
like a
minutes.
only a couple of chapters in the manga. So like
Oh,
they extrapolate a lot
mhm.
and spread
Oh,
out the
fucking
story, and
Flash!
I think not only explain
What the
the
fuck?
not only explain the ending more via that, like the cinematography and all that, but they
Yeah.
I think they do a really good job at painting the picture emotionally better than they did the manga.
Okay.
Because it's so, I mean, obviously you go from like the Armin, um, the scene with him and Armin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Armin does punch him in the manga, but
Yeah.
Armin doesn't like denounce him like he does in the anime.
Mm.
So Armin's pretty much silent. So basically, what happens is in the manga, Armin's completely silent. Like he's fucking appalled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the anime, he's like kind of not only fucking is appalled, but like talks hella shit to Aaron. Like
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do you know what's going on, Edgar?
he just said he
Yeah,
just
I
finished it.
finished it. I
Oh,
finished the
okay,
anime.
okay, cool.
Yeah, I said he just finished it. So
Cool,
like
cool, cool.
so that's the primary difference with that. There is a apparently from what I'm gathering from the show, there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot more in the cabin with the two of with Mikasa and Aaron, like way more
Okay.
than there was in the manga.
Gotcha.
In the manga, there's just kind of like a couple of like conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the bird thing is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think they probably just did a better idea of like, or a better job of like explaining Isayama's intentions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you guys see that there is that video where they're like one of the Easter eggs of Attack on Titan is that in Japanese the word for 140 means freedom. It's like a synonym for freedom or whatever. It's
Oh,
like the
okay.
same word, but different meaning,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and the manga ends on chapter 139 because that fool's
Ooh,
a slave.
Mm.
yeah. No, I mean, so that's the other thing too is like,
It's like kind of out
um,
of his control, but like
no. Well,
not
so the
really because
thing
it's
is,
under his control.
yeah, so the thing is like everything was under his control, like turns out, right?
Yeah.
Like after getting into paths and having everything revealed to him by Zeke. That's the other thing too, is like without Zeke, he wouldn't have been able to do anything close to what he did, right? Like
Mhm.
one of the things with Pass was not only do you have to have access to the Founding Titan, but you have to have royal blood, which Eren didn't have. But his connection to Zeke and his connection to the other Titans, including the Founding Titan, enabled him to do not only that, but like manipulate the past and various timelines in a way that was like not only not conceived of before, but had never been like, well, yeah, not done before, but like never conceived of before. Like Eren was like on one hard, right?
Yeah.
And like when you think about it, Zeke had the better ending. Like Zeke's plan was the better plan, right? It involved way less death. Like Eren fucking commits. There's not even a word for it. He doesn't even commit genocide. There's literally no word for what he did, because he exterminated 80% of the world's population.
Yeah, but also
just for
guaranteed a future for his friends.
He's like Genghis who?
But also the reason for that also is like, yeah, it's very romanticized, and I do appreciate the ending from the clips I've seen. I need to see the whole episode, but like, bro, what? Like you did it all just to make sure that your friends would all be considered heroes after the fact, knowing that you're gonna die, knowing that you're gonna sacrifice yourself to Mikasa, right?
Yeah,
because it's not like he couldn't have killed Mikasa,
bro. Okay, let's get back to it.
You asked.
I didn't ask.
Yeah, you did. You asked Edgar, and then that brought us into the whole bullshit.
No, Edgar asked you.
No, but then you were like, "Are you even caught up?" And I was like, "Fucking duh."
Yeah, but he had already asked you about the differences. I was just trying to understand if Edgar finished it. So if like, I was just trying to gauge how much knowledge he had, because I didn't want to say anything to spoil it if he hadn't.
Oh no!
Yeah. Fucking Tarantula Hill.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! So fire, so delicious.
This episode brought to you by tarantulas.
Hey.
Actually, I got something too. I'm gonna switch after this last Happy Dad.
I heard you guys saw a bunch of tarantulas at your birthday.
Bro, it was so sick. You would have hated it, but it was really tight.
No, I'm okay with spiders.
That is true. Also, they were like kind of like cute.
Yeah, like they're kind of cool.
They were just like real. They were just real scared of us, and like we're just like hanging.
Yeah, I was just telling Dave, like I had never even really considered that there would be like an animal there that's just like out and about.
Dude, none of us either. Like none of us even thought of it, and then we just started seeing them, and I was like, oh shit. Dude, remember that fucking the campsite across the way from us with all those black kids?
Yeah.
We're like, oh, this tarantulas. Like, yo, what the fuck? And they were like super scared, but also initially super scared. And then when they saw one and it wasn't crazy, they were like, oh shit, we've never seen a fucking tarantula in real life. And I was like,
nope, it's not coming.
No. Oh yeah. I took a couple, not as good as that, but I took a couple good pictures. Dude, even like when we're breaking down the last day, there was a tarantula that was like trying to seek like shade. Like in the middle.
It was really it was hot that day.
It was super hot and super bright.
It was like 90s.
And all we were doing was like trying to like get it away from the stuff we were doing. And he kept, I felt so bad because remember when he ran up on that hill and chilled, and it was like, oh, it's too hot. It's too hot. Dude, we like gave him water. We were like, yeah, it was tarantula.
Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure I understood that correctly. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
He wasn't even the biggest one we saw. He was like a little baby one. We saw ones that like twice his size the night before, like in the evening. When we were doing our mini holes, Dave. Remember?
Yeah.
Yo, honestly, the baby did better than Ronnie because he wasn't there.
Oh.
Yeah,
he did. He was throwing. We gave him. I handed him the little mini.
Oh, he started.
You gave me, Ronnie.
Dude, he started actually throwing it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like actually, like fucking, like cool. Tossing it. Yeah.
Yeah, like some baby form. He had some baby form going.
Because we were giving him like the putters we were using, and he was just slamming on the ground. And then Dave was like, "Oh, let me give him this, the little like marker disc," and he was like actually like tossing it, and it was going cool. Like 6, 7, 8 feet.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, what are we doing? Oh, okay. I need you guys to all roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Let's see.
Got a 14.
25.
What did Edgar get?
I got an 18.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys all are veteran drinkers, and
What
although
did
this is
Stanintar get?
she failed. She is now very drunk. You guys are managed to hold your liquor, and you feel a buzz, but you're pretty good.
Cool. So if
See,
she's,
that
if she's
tracks
drunk,
that she walked in drunk.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Her
Yeah.
like Constitution save was already like negative fucking 18.
so
She also
she's drunk.
chooses to like fail the save on purpose. So
If she's drunk, Tybalt's gonna ask her, what's the most interesting job you've ever taken?
she says, "Oh well, I was just telling your friend over there. I actually had to fight a dragon for this rum that we're drinking. It was quite a day."
Oh,
Ooh. Have
Beechwood,
you
Wonderwall.
catching that? Bro, so fucking good. Have you ever had it?
No.
This shit's
Anyways,
wild.
Here's Wonderwall.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
She
A
says,
dragon.
Yes,
Well,
yes. I
yes.
was in the Stormwreck Isles, and there was I was paid to get a bottle of this expensive rum by a very wealthy man in Neverwinter. And while I was there, I had to climb this mountain, and there was a dragon, and it was a whole to do. Client ended up dying, so I kept the rum for myself.
That's where I tasted the. Okay, that makes sense. Storm Drake. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic year. Aged insanely well.
Yeah, the
Good
best
body.
part of the story is he paid in advance.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not gonna pay in advance, so um
Oh, of course, of course. I've already been paid by the city. Thank you. It's very generous of you to say, but
but
yeah.
but what question though?
A lot of money, actually. You'd be surprised.
No, but not that. So in speaking, I know you'll be hitting the beaches with us, and as well as a ragtag group of your own crew. Um, can I maybe grease their palms a little bit? I just want to make sure that we get the best and brightest. I know you yourself are coming with us. You seem very formidable, and like I just want it to come through that like ever smashing that amount of alcohol. Like I'm much more uh amicable towards her now
Yeah,
than I
totally.
was
No, absolutely.
previously.
Absolutely, absolutely. She's having a
I,
good
I
time.
would I would love to, and I pull up my purse, my coin purse, and I bring out 200 gold. And I fucking tower it up like I'm doing like we're about to play Texas Hold'em. I fucking chip it up. And I go, this is for whoever you think in your crew is to best help us. Granted, we'll still do our best to uphold the agreement. They'll get paid what we agreed upon. But I think you know your crew better than we do. So please feel free to distribute this among them.
And give me 1 second here.
And I'm going to subtract 200 gold.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna need the name of every person in your crew. No, I'm kidding. Just watch Ronnie come up with 15 fucked up names.
They're all fucking cat scratch and fucking scratch and post.
I am
Um,
curious to see what they look like.
Bob
yeah.
around there
So
somewhere.
as you hold out the coins for her, she places her hand, both hands on yours, and she says, "Oh, Ebreth, well, we are going to be great friends." And then she takes your coin purse, and you notice that now she's holding it, and she says, "This is quite a nice coin purse. It has so much volume." And then she places it back into your hands, takes your
And
200 gold, and she
Ash,
says, "I think
okay.
this will inspire the men just fine. Though I will say that I can vouch for them when I say that they are quite a capable group."
And as she finishes her, so I would say she's like very close to me, right?
Yeah, she's standing right in front of
Um, as she hands my coin purse back, which is not my bag of holding, by the way.
you. Yeah, I know.
As she hands it back, she feels a little nudge in her hip,
Hmm.
and she looks down, and it's my Eldritch Cannon. Not charged or anything, nothing
Yeah,
crazy. And I say, "Oh, I'm sure we will be." And then I fucking just like flourish it back down into my holster.
yeah. And she does her little coin flip on her fingers and like pops it up, snatches it, and puts it into like a little pouch. And she says, "The men are gonna like you. They're gonna like you a lot. We're gonna have a good time, guys. This whole to do it's gonna be quite the story we can tell to our grandkids someday."
I think
Let me ask you all something. What's the real deal? What are we really after? I know you said your child, your kid. That's admirable, but there's got to be more to it than that. Why is your kid in the caves and Thunder Cliffs? I've been there. I know what's there.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know yet. I don't know why she's there.
I'm gonna look to Vox and kind of like arch an eyebrow to him. Kind of like a asking permission a little bit to divulge a little bit more information.
And I quickly shake my head, almost hopefully undetectable. I don't know why she's there yet. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Stanzentar, can I call you Sit? It's just easier.
What do you want to call me?
Sit,
SIT.
Stands in time.
Stanzentar.
Sure.
Sit, we are a band that unfortunately knows many battles over a short period of time. We grow weary. All we know for certain is that one of my best friends' children is there, and we need to do our utmost to get her back.
And she pats you on your shoulder, and she
And I
says,
fucking like, oh, all right.
"Well, that is some real life shit. I
I
like
know.
real life shit."
Yeah, I know. It's fucked up, dude. It really is. It's fucked up.
And she looks over at you, Vox, and she's like, "And you didn't even know, huh? That's wild."
Hey, are we back? Oh, we're back live. Okay.
I just found out.
Isn't
Oh.
that fucking crazy? He just found out he had a kid.
And she
And
kind of just like
she's
rubs
like,
her face, and she's like, "I probably have a kid out there somewhere. I don't even know."
Whoa, wait, but how wouldn't you know though?
Well, I'm drunk quite often, to be honest with you.
You know, here. And I hold my glass out. And I'm like, you got any more of that? You know,
And
I'm just like,
she tops everybody off. She
um,
says, "To missing children," and cheers everybody.
and Ebrath grows somber. And he raises his glass once more and he says, to missing children.
Roll a Constitution save for me.
We are doing it again?
I'm not shooting this one.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
I'm
Anybody who-
maybe sipping it, and I like might drink a little bit, but I'm not pounding it.
Okay. Anybody who's taking a shot, roll a Constitution save.
I rolled a 9. I will automatically save.
How?
Mind sharpener.
What does that do?
It lets me automatically save a Constitution saving throw. I have 4 charges. I'm using 1.
Okay.
It's like when you're drunk and you get pulled over and you're like sober all of a sudden.
Yeah, you snap out of it.
You feel the
And you're
feel the
sneaking in,
fucking.
and your mom wakes up, and you're just like, "Shit!"
It's like
You have to be normal.
yeah, it's like I basically I was like chewing a shitload of minty gum as I'm getting pulled over, and I just bite into the fucking crystals, and I'm like, good to go.
Yeah.
Breathalyze me, bitch.
Okay.
You know?
Anybody else?
Don't drink and drive, kids.
Oh,
Not saying this.
please don't. Please don't. Thankfully, I've never been. Never mind. I can't say never.
Never,
but
never.
I have.
Never done.
I have very
Never will.
rarely done it. Very rarely.
All right, I got a 13.
Okay. You will take a -1 to your Constitution saves.
Would a plus
Okay.
5 save him?
Possibly.
I'm gonna give him drunkenly. I'm gonna give him a flash of genius.
Okay, and he gets to just add 5, or does he roll for it?
No, it's a plus 5.
Got it. In that case, he passes.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't take the negative. Cool. She says, when shall we depart?
Today, if possible. I mean,
In the
are you
morning.
docked now?
Yeah, my ship is just outside on the docks.
Tybalt,
We have to
tomorrow
take a rowboat in, but it's a short 30-minute row.
Tybalt,
it
we waste
evening, night?
time.
What time of day is it?
I would say it's like early afternoon,
Okay,
like
so
noonish.
we
Oh,
could
okay.
okay. I'll say Tybalt.
I think
Alright,
it's
we waste
perfect
time.
if we get on the boat right now, meet the crew, kind of get settled in, and then maybe head out in the morning. Or
Yeah. I trust that she can sail, drink and sail.
I mean, we can leave tonight. Technically,
One last question, Sid. Do you have your own what's the word? 'Cause I'm assuming I'm drunk, but I'm not like fucked up, right?
Say you and me both, brother.
No, I'm saying to you, DM.
No,
not
yeah,
to-
you're chilling. You're chilling. You got
Okay.
a nice buzz going. You got a glow.
So, quick question. Would I be safe to assume that you have your own inventory of like health potions and things like that that are needed?
And she says, yes, we keep health potions on hand because you'd be surprised how often.
Fantastic. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, let's yeah. Well, why don't we embark now?
If you are ready to go, you can meet me out on the docks, and I'm just going to settle up with Valdi here. I can be ready in about 20 to 30 minutes.
Great. And I'm gonna hop off the table and start heading out the door that leads to the docks. and just kind of glance over my shoulder to Tybalt and Vox and kind of like, this is what we're doing, I guess.
If I were to try to listen to her conversation with Valdi, would it be obvious?
Well, she would need to leave the room to go speak with Valdi. Um, I don't think you'd be able to hear it from this room at the very least.
Okay. Let's see. What are we looking at here?
Are you trying to listen in on them?
Yeah. What room is she in? In the top one up there?
Yeah, you assume so.
Okay, well, I mean, I see Stanzentar leave, right? Like, is she going into that room?
Yeah, she would have gone like over here somewhere.
Oh, into that room. Okay, there's a door.
Yeah, there's a door.
Hmm.
It's
They
a
close
separate
the
room.
door.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Hmm.
want to go and like put my ear to the door.
Okay. How do you do so?
I mean, I wait for her to go in, and as she's closing the doors behind her, I'll probably follow in.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Give me a stealth check.
Okay. It's a 19.
Um, sure, yeah, like you are able to use your stealth to get up close enough to where um you think you would be safe behind, safe enough distance from the door that you could hear well enough, but not put yourself at risk of being found.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
And how much time are you like willing to wait out here and listen?
I guess it depends on what I initially hear, but I mean, at least a couple of seconds, like enough to be able to hear at least, I don't know, like a couple sentences and gauge it from there, I think.
Okay. Um,
That was a 19 on perception.
Sure. With a 19, I would say that you hear a little bit muffled, because you're listening through the door, but it sounds like they're kind of just finishing up their pleasantries. You can hear Stan Zentara saying, "Oh yes, yes, this group is going to be great. I think that they're very capable, and this is going to be a fun time." Valdi, expresses her thanks. They kind of talk about, once we get everything settled up, this will, you'll blah blah blah. You'll be in touch. So and so will be in touch. Kind of just settling up business is what it sounds like.
All right. If it sounds like they're just discussing kind of business as usual and not anything that we don't already know that's critical, I'll probably slip out at that point.
Okay. Yeah. I would say that's pretty much the like gist of what you hear.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure there was like nothing malicious or whatever.
Yeah. Um. Cool. As Ebrath, as you open the door and leave, uh, go to leave, you say you turn over and you regard the other two in some way.
Yes. So I just kind of look over at both of them and kind of um kind of give them a knowing look, but also kind of just shrug and saying like, I this is what we're doing, boys.
This is what we signed up for, Ebrath. And thank you for coming with me, both of you. I unseen dangers and terrors lie ahead. This isn't going to be easy.
Of course not. But we could be your friends if we
Mm,
weren't here with you.
You've been with us through worse.
Vox.
And I will sort of just reiterate what I know about Miss Stroll. I mean, I won't sit and go over everything, but a couple of quick just highlights. She has a warship that's made entirely out of bones that can't possibly bode well. And it definitely seems like she knows we're coming. So I would very much expect an encounter on the water before we get there. Uh, there was mention. Damn, I remember off the top of my head, but I can't find it in my notes. I think she has water magic. And look, I don't know the deal with my daughter yet. I'm still even processing that that's even possible, but I think it is. I think it is possible. And if I'm correct, that would make her a paragenasi, which the magic of is unrivaled. I mean, you guys have seen a little bit of what I can do with Earth, and my fellow captive slash lover, Mistral, also has very powerful magic. And that would mean that any child we would have would be that much more powerful. She'd have both of our magic combined, if not more powerful.
This is the
It's
plot to Disney's Elemental,
Is it really? I haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
basically. It's
Is
all
it
right.
is it good?
It's all right.
Okay.
it seems that she's friendly with me and or loves me, but I don't know for sure what her mom has been telling her. I think there's going to be a moment where she doesn't know who to side with. And to the greatest of our ability, even if she attacks us, please try to keep her alive.
Box. I've helped my father sire his two boys. Granted, I didn't fight Sendus in the same way you did, but I understand, and you can trust me. I will do my best to save your daughter. I will say I have to keep myself alive until I can bring my boy back. But
Look, do we have any non-lethal means of maybe knocking her out if we need to? And if not, maybe we explore with some of the crewmates. Maybe they have something to knock her out or put her to sleep.
unfortunately, magically, I don't have anything at my disposal. Well,
I don't either.
actually, um, thinking on it, my cannon could potentially be non-lethal if used in the correct regard.
This is your daughter we're talking about?
Yeah.
Above table, we can always kill her and bring her back, but Tibble wouldn't say that.
Um,
Damn.
Terrible.
Vox, I can use my
Who's
my
the
cannon.
necromancer here? The fucking
I know,
Hornets?
The fucking cleric of light. Oh shit.
Hey, just be lucky I'm held
Fucking
to
plot twist,
Tibble's
guys.
compass, moral compass.
Hey, he already does use necromancy spells.
That's true.
Vox,
Yeah, that Toll of the Dead.
Yeah.
Vox, I could potentially use my
And it's his go-to fucking move, Dave.
I know. What does that tell you?
I could
Damn, that's telling.
Vox, I could use my
Listen.
cannon to knock her out.
Okay, well that's one
Listen.
option. What does that entail? What do we need to do for that to work?
I DM actually I need to ask the DM. So DM, so in my current favorite use of my cannon, it is concussive force.
Hmm.
What would I need to do? How close would I need to be to my um target to render them unconscious without a killing blow?
I don't know, because I don't think that applies to magic or range spell or like range attacks.
Isn't it? I think there's like the official
I
ruling.
think it
It's
has to
not
be
magic,
melee.
but I want to say melee, and you have to
Right.
declare
Yeah.
beforehand. And I don't know if it has to be unarmed or can it
But I
be with
mean,
a weapon.
but I'm also I'm intentionally using this cannon form that only deals concussive force damage.
Mhm.
So is there not a way that I could possibly, I don't know, use it in a way if they're weak enough to just knock them out?
Well,
Mm,
so I'll say also like it doesn't have to be right now. You can kind of review the rulings if you want, Ronnie, because like I'm definitely gonna want to know if I can what means I could to knock her out with.
yeah, I was say I'm kind of leaning no. I'm kind of thinking that it's not
Okay.
something you'd be able to
Well, check it
like.
out. Check it out. Check out what the rules are for me, please, and how you're gonna rule on it. That way we kind of know going into it. Because like I
So so
said, it's
let
not.
so let's just say let's just say right now, Ebra says to Vox, I'll do my best, but I think it best that you be the one to take her out. I don't know if I can modulate my power in a way to ensure that she's safe.
Understood.
And I don't want to put us in that position.
Thank you for your honesty, brother. We'll figure it out. I think.
Noted. I know I can suggest her to, or command her to do something, and
Go
Okay.
to
also
sleep, possibly.
not go to sleep, but she could get sleepy, and she can also just follow us if need be. There's also there I have I have things like hold person and things like that. She's and sleep, so you can just put her to sleep. So I don't imagine she's very strong. Um, but I think your best choice will be to get her to come willingly. That way she's not scared. And better yet, get through to Mistral. Get her to
Yeah.
see what she's doing.
I I don't even know what her motives are yet. I don't know what to expect from Mistral. I I haven't seen her in what would we say, Ronnie? Like 2 decades, three
No, no, I
decades.
would say no. I would because that means your baby would be 30. Um,
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're
it,
right.
Well, I
it's
mean,
it's been
20
about
if
like
we're saying
it's been
two
about like
decades.
5 years.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, so we're talking like your child is like 4, right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Potentially.
Obviously, yeah, that was my bad. Okay, so scratch that. I haven't seen her in about 5 years. I don't know what she's been through during that time. We got separated, and
Right.
up until that point, our interests were aligned since we were both captives. But a lot's changed since then, and for her to take the road that she did, and now be in command of a skeleton ship, a bone ship. Clearly, a lot has happened. I don't know if I can trust her. I obviously still care for her, but I am very anxious about what this encounter might hold.
Vox,
I
can
think
I?
she's
I'm
I
sorry,
think
go
she's
ahead.
also instrumental to the Storm Lord's plan. There's a reason why she's leading a ship. But if you and her were partners, I feel like she still has good in her. Perhaps she's just misguided and needs some direction, and you can provide that.
It's
Vo-
possible, Tybalt, but it certainly seems like we're on two sides of a war here.
Vox, if
That's
I
going to be
can,
challenging.
I, Vox, I have to agree with you. I think it's possible that the Mistral that you know no longer exists, and it could be the result of magic. We don't know. It could be the result of indoctrination she's received from the cult. But we have to keep our minds clear. Our goal isn't Mistral. Stopping her, yes. Our goal is your daughter. If, and I hate to bring this up, and I hate to say this to you now, but if our choices are saving your daughter and putting an end to Mistral, I need to know where you stand. Not
I'm
that,
not sure. I'm not sure I have that answer myself right now.
and I don't mean this to say that I don't stand with you, because I do. I just think you owe it to us, so we know what we're gonna be getting ourselves into. If push comes to shove and Mistral is scratch that. If Mistral attacks us, I can't lose anybody else.
I don't disagree. As it stands now, and based on what limited information I have, if push comes to shove and Mistral is not cooperative or she's attacking us, we need to control that or contain her by whatever means necessary.
Okay. I just okay. I just I need to know what bearing we're on. I I can't have there be a point where I decide between Mistral's demise because she attacked us and yours of Tybalt's life.
Understood. And I agree.
Um, and I don't mean to pry, but did you happen to get your daughter's name?
Uh, I don't think I did.
You definitely did.
I did?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, hold on. If I did, I'm sure it's in my notes somewhere.
Yeah, some dad.
I know.
Damn, some dad.
Like it was never
Okay.
even there.
I know. I feel like I do have it in here. I just didn't label it well.
It's something, yeah, it's something having to do with like both of you guys.
Right here, Faralai,
Nope.
Cassandra.
Hey,
That's what it
why don't
is.
you
With a
do a
Q.
history check?
No, I know it. I know it. It's been, dude, that was in July.
Yeah,
It's been 4 months that we fucking,
yeah.
No, it's literally your dog's name.
I know, I forgot.
Is it Cassandra?
Yeah, it is. With the
It's
Q.
Cassandra. Okay.
Yeah, and there's like a couple of apostrophes in there, but yeah, it's the same name.
Casa
So,
Cassandra.
so, okay. So is that what you reply when I ask you?
Yeah,
And Abrath will will just say, just repeat it. Say Cassandra.
Dude, fucking Edgar's Discord keeps making me like, I'm like, what?
I'll say
Oh, sorry. This my thing's popping. I don't know where it's coming from.
I was like, dude, I checked my notifications. Like, what the fuck?
so I'll say Cassandra. Okay. Name befitting child of two warriors. And I'll take a step back into the room, look up the box, and say, no matter what happens, promise you, I'll do everything in my power to make sure you bring her home.
Thank you, Abreth. Thank you. Um, and I'll also mention Mistral apparently has a new name now, and her name is Faralai Stormsworn.
Well,
Just so we're all clear on if anybody's talked about, we know who's who.
I mean, Stormsworn,
Isn't
that's a mighty
it's real
name.
quick? Isn't she the one that took the bard too?
Yeah,
Yes.
and
I,
I'll say, Stormsworn, it's a mighty name.
it is. It's very indicative of where her allegiance lies.
Well, let me just say, she's never met a storm like the 9-9.
99!
No, no! And I'll just walk back out to the fucking. That'll be my last shit. I'll just go,
Yeah,
no, no! And I'll walk out.
fitting, fitting end to the conversation.
Um,
All right. I'd say with that, we're probably, and unless you guys have anything else, I think we're probably ready to board and, or at least get on the rowboat.
Yeah.
Yep.
cool. Are you guys good to go?
Good to
Um,
go.
I guess so. I mean, what the fuck? Are we going to spend another 3 days in town? We
well,
probably
okay.
could.
I will say, are you guys following me to down to the gangplank or
Yeah, to the rowboat, to the boarding, right?
yes?
Yeah.
Can I say one last thing, just but to Dibble?
Sure.
I'll walk ahead, I guess, if you guys hang back, yeah.
So I'll say, Tybalt, I know I have a long way to go with you, but this might be an opportunity to gain the resources to get our boy back. And I know you don't trust me the way Vox does, but I hope you understand that I'm with the 9-9. There's no longer a thought of of my singular focus. Yes, that is my end goal, but I'm with all of you.
You've come a long way. But you're very stubborn. Your goal to bring back Blast is your determination is a gift and a curse. I see that not as a bad thing, but not as a good thing either. I have my goal to help others, and getting Blast back is one of my drivers, but not the only one.
I understand.
You'll come to a point where you may have to decide between Blast and yourself. And my fear is that you'll choose Blast over yourself. I don't want you to self-sacrifice if you don't need to.
Still, my friend, your insight is jarring at times. You're not wrong. But you said yourself, Blast was the best of you. He was the best thing we ever created. And if your stories are true, him in my place could only bring about more good. Let's leave it at that.
So you say. So you say.
Well, I mean, what's the difference between half a soul and a soul?
Well,
And I'll just
soul is a
walk away.
soul. Okay.
Not trying to call you off, but just like
Yeah.
not wanting to get into that sort of existential debate with you at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'll follow Vox down to Gangplank.
And I'll kill the rest of the drink and just say it really is a truth serum.
Ain't
And I'll
that the
follow
truth?
you. Follow you guys.
Cool. As you open the doors and make your way out to the rowboat, you see Kristoff, who is standing on the dock, and he's looking a bit dejected and seemingly waiting. He You catch his eye, and he looks up and he says, "Oh, young man, can I have one more word with you before you go?"
Who are they asking?
The three of you.
Oh, sure. What say you?
Oh, I do say, I really do believe you that you are making a mistake here. This Stanzentar, she is not the reputable type. There are vast rumors of her drunkenness becoming a problem out at sea. Her men are rumors of mutiny are in her ranks. I do believe you are putting yourself at danger by sailing with this individual. I really believe it would be in your best interest to let me and my men take you to safety and get you out just fine.
What are you transporting?
I have goods. I am a transport ship. I transport goods from Waterdeep to uh, Neverwinter, all across the coast. I am in the transportation business, but I have laws that I need to stay within the confines of. Contract law. It's very complicated.
My good sir, you ask us to trust you with our lives, but you can't trust us with the knowledge of what you hold.
I am bound by law. It's not negotiable. I'm not willing to risk my business license over
And
you being
and
curious.
and we understand. However, the cargo we move is our lives.
And I
There's
assure you
nothing
that
more important.
that cargo is the utmost of importance to me.
I'll look to the other two and say, boys, I think we're done here.
Sir Kristoff, I know better than most that the law that you live by or your rules is your Northern Star. Had we
And he
asked
puts his fist on his chest and gives you a yes, of course.
had we asked you to take us, we would have challenged that. Are you prepared to go against your rules and risk your license and your men's lives?
And he takes a moment. He puts his fist still on his chest. He kind of is closes his eyes and is in thought. He starts to nod his head, and he says, "Yes, for the Stormlord, I'll do anything it takes to get you." And
Oh shit.
he will pull his hands out
Get the fuck out.
as an air elemental springs to life
Get out of here.
above the water.
No, you're lying.
Rubbish.
All right.
Huh?
Well, can we put ourselves where we were gonna be? Because I would have been down here.
This is
I mean,
trying
you
way
guys,
too hard to
you
get
guys.
us.
So Vox would have been much closer to him.
No, I'm saying you guys are probably still right at the doorway.
No, I said I was already walking down the gangplank following Vox because he left us to meet so I could talk to Tybalt.
I know, but I stopped you and I said, as you open the door, this is what
Okay.
you see.
Okay. Fuck.
Uh,
All right. Can I take a shot?
Hold up. Well, first of all, yeah, let's roll initiative.
Fuck. 10.
15.
14.
Okay, Ebrath got 10. Vox Aslan got 14.
Yeah.
Tibble got
15.
okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay, that's all perfect. As he spreads his hands out and he says, the Storm Lord has plans for you, and it's my duty to bring you in. Now you can come willingly or the hard way.
Can we respond?
Yeah, of course.
I'll say, fuck your Stormlord, and I'll raise my voice and say, sit, we need you.
All right. And with that, the Kristoff is going to uh take a dash forward. He's going to take a dash forward and try to get into combat. Uh, combat range, and actually, he's going to get about. He's going to stop about right here, and he's actually going to open his mouth very wide as you see a glowing white coming from the like depths of his chest cavity as little frost fragments start to crystallize in the air around him as he lurches his face forward and opens his mouth and shoots out a blast of cold as he expels his
Oh shit.
dragon breath attack. um 15 con. I need you guys to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex, okay. Not great. That's a 21. 21.
21.
13.
Oh. And what a typical get?
I got a 4, but I'm going to choose to save with my Ring of Evasion.
Okay. In that case, I need you guys to. Who got above a 15?
I did.
Okay.
And
Whoever saved got takes 10 cold damage.
Okay.
Dave, you got a 13?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna take 20 cold damage.
Okay.
After that, it's Tybalt followed by Vox.
all right.
Can you tell me? Wait. So after Kristoff, it was the air elemental.
No, it's just Kristoff and then
Oh,
Tybalt.
something. Can you tell me where he lands in the lineup, just so I can put our notes in, so we know where the initiative is?
Does it not show you on your owlbear?
It
The
does
initiative
not.
tracker shows up.
Does
You
it?
gotta hit the swords.
Oh, it does. Yeah,
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 hit
it
the
does.
swords.
It does. Yeah, yeah,
Hit the what?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Swords.
The swords
Nice.
next to the
Nice,
ruler.
nice, nice,
It means
nice.
the
Oh,
ruler and the
okay.
dice.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep. So yeah, so it's Tybalt then Vox.
Okay.
Tybalt, Kristoff
Yep.
lunges forward, unleashes this snowy, icy cold dragon's breath on you. You're able to shield yourself in just enough time to not take full damage. What are you doing?
Real quick, Ronnie, was it just damage or was there anything else?
20 cold, that was it.
Okay. Because I saw you left the thing here, so I wasn't sure.
Just for reference, but
Okay.
just,
Does it slick the floor? Does it make it
no, it's
difficult
just
terrain?
cold damage.
Okay.
Just cold damage.
Tybalt flourishes his cape to
Evade.
evade the shards of ice, and he's going to call out to Kristoff and say, the Stormlord's promises are empty. You will gain nothing but sorrow from following him. And I'll cast Fairy Fire in his direction. It's going to be a cube. Where is the cube? That's not text, is a pointer? No. Where is... Oh,
If
there
you
it
do
is.
draw, there's a rectangle. I think you can just
Yeah.
do it.
Does it show the... No, can't do that. Where'd it go?
Go to draw. It
There's
has to be it.
select...
Oh, it went on. It's probably layers.
Wait, what are you
Oh,
trying
I
to
see
do?
it, I see it. Fairy Fire. 20
Oh,
foot,
gotcha.
20 foot
There you
cube.
go. Oh, it does measure it.
Yeah. Well, it's
15 by
15.
15?
That's-
What do they have to do?
That's fine. It's going to be a Dex 21 save.
Damn, that's such a
Let's
crazy one.
go.
Mine is like 14, dude. Yeah, I have a 14 save. That's ridiculous.
Okay. All right. As you cast your spell, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this now. Bristoff starts to glow with like an ethereal sort of like neon kind of um, glow. The air elemental is able to make the save.
Okay.
What'd you
So,
cast?
Fairy Fire. So
Okay,
Kristoff now is Fairy Fired, and
mhm.
any attacks against him are with advantage.
got it. Fantastic.
And then, is there a response from him?
um, I'm just gonna throw this on him because I don't have one that says fairy fire. He
Right, no
just
worries.
says uh, he looks at you after he's reconciling his dragon breath, and he sees that you're able to just dodge out of the way, and then like, is there any like hand motions with fairy fire?
It would have. I would have sent it. Essentially, the shards would have turned to like a like crystalline but rainbow color, almost like a prism,
Mm-hmm.
and would have shot back at him and just enveloped him
Okay.
in that
Yeah.
color.
Yeah, absolutely. So as he's like reconciling the breath, he sees you like dodging with your cape and already kind of like casting the spell, as he kind of just instinctively like goes to cover himself, not really understanding, I guess, the mechanics of the spell. He's bracing for a
Mhm.
physical impact as he's now like hit by this thing. The air elemental is able to like wisp its way around your magic and is able to avoid the um, spell due to its very breezy
Dexterous
nature.
nature.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I guess, yeah.
Is this elemental properly like proportioned? Like, is he
Yes,
huge?
yes.
Okay,
He's very large.
like 10 feet tall?
Like
More?
12. Yeah, yeah,
Original
he's a large
charge.
creature. You're a medium creature.
Okay, I was just trying to get a visual.
Mhm. Is there anything
Cool.
else you want to do, Tibble?
Yeah, I'm going to bonus action cast my spiritual weapon at 4th level,
Oh, okay.
Nice.
and it's going to spawn behind.
Oh, you got it?
It's huge.
It's
Yeah, can
gigantic.
you resize it?
I mean,
Yeah,
you could make it. You could
please do.
make it huge.
It could. It could.
You
It could
could
be
make it
huge.
huge.
Yeah. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it the size that the elemental would hold on to.
Totally.
And I'm gonna swing. Oh, it's gonna be behind Kristoff. I'm gonna swing at him.
Oh, okay. Sorry. At Kristoff. Cool. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Or is it a dodge on my end?
Nope, attack roll.
Cool.
It's gonna be with advantage because he's spiritually, or he's
Very fired.
very fired.
Yep.
Gonna be 29 to hit.
That absolutely is, dude.
Fuck yeah. Let's go.
He's gonna take 14 points of damage.
All right, perfect. Yeah, as the spiritual weapon materializes, it comes straight into a swinging action. He just gets lurched forward from the damage, just his head ringing from uh, the unseen hit. So yeah, good job.
And Tibble is just gonna say, "Surrender, and we will spare your life."
As he's kind of like reeling from the attack, and he's just like, I was just about to say the same thing to you.
He's like, "I can go all day."
Yeah.
I can go all day.
While he's up against it.
Yeah. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear no bell. I thought this was America. I thought this was Faerun.
So then box.
Cool. Yeah, if there's nothing else,
Yep.
I don't know if you want
Yeah,
to
I'm good
move or
here.
anything, or okay,
Um,
cool. Then it would be
Okay.
Vox followed by Ebrath.
As I am running up this wall, how big is this building?
It's about like 25 feet up.
All right, I'm gonna get on. Well, like maybe not all the way up because I do want to move kind of away just to like probably to here. So that's like 10 feet.
Mhm.
and then go up maybe like halfway up the wall. And as I'm doing that, I will yell at the top of my lungs, "Traitor! Fuck your Storm Lord!" And I will make him my sworn enemy
Okay.
Oh
with my
shit.
Otho.
Let's go.
And with that, I will hold on real quick. Okay.
Oh, you can also set your height.
That's right. Yeah, you can.
So if you right click on your token, you can go to set height, and that way you can say how high up you are.
With that, I will take 2 shots at Kristoff
Okay, you do
with
so with
advantage.
advantage anyway. Yeah.
Okay, here's the first one. Did I do with advantage? No. Either way, 24 to hit, but here's the advantage roll. Yeah, 24 to hit.
That hits.
And it's only 4 damage?
Oh
I
shit,
guess
what the
so.
fuck?
I don't know. I rolled a roll of 1, so that didn't help.
Yeah.
Oh, but I do get my Oathbow damage, which is an extra 3d6. I knew
Tight.
that was too
Oh
low.
shit.
So of course, it isn't David if it ain't some bullshit.
Yeah, it still wasn't that much.
Throw it
So
down,
9
throw it
total
down.
damage from that attack.
Two,
Okay, that's
two
one
ones and a
attack.
9?
three.
I know, it's fucking whack. I rolled a bunch of ones, man. And then
Alright.
I'll take my second attack with advantage.
Which is
And that's a dirty 20 to hit.
let's go. It's a hit.
30, 20 hits. Yeah.
I like your headphones, by the way, Ronnie.
Thanks. I was just thinking about getting new ones.
Okay, and this one's gonna be 16 damage.
Okay. So 9 damage and 16 damage. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So 25 damage total. Anything
yep.
else?
Nope, that's movement, that's everything.
All right. After that, it's Ebrath followed by the elemental.
Um, I am going to stay where I'm at. I'm going to cast Fireball. And I'm going to cast it down. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. There. So it doesn't hit the spiritual weapon.
It's fine. It wouldn't be affected.
Oh, then fuck it. I'm popping like mid. Yeah, I'm popping like yeah, right there. That's perfect. That's perfect. So
All
that
right.
is a con save. Sorry. Dex
Dex
save
save.
19. Dex save 19.
Yeah. All right.
Who's turns?
Uh Kristoff is just gotten bonked on the head. He's not fully aware of everything that's happening in his like confusion. Gets full damage. The air elemental is able to just like wisp itself away like with the blast.
Bitch.
Still being scorched by the heat, but taking half damage. He succeeded.
All right. Fucking fine, I guess. 28 damage is full damage. So 14 to Chris. So 14 to the air elemental, 28 to Kristoff.
Nice.
And I'm going to now aim my Eldritch Cannon with my left hand straight up to Kristoff and aim for the head. Oh, sorry. That is my first one. That doesn't count, I guess. So 19 to hit
Wait, why does it count? What?
because because I have advantage.
Oh, okay.
So 19 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Let's see what we got. That's 16 damage to Kristoff.
Cool. Yeah, he is just getting whomped.
How does he look after my?
He's looking rough.
Okay, so that's my turn.
All right. After that, it is the air elemental followed by Kristoff. The air elemental is going to.
Oh shit, I can't do anything. No.
Wait, why? I thought you said that was it.
I know. I'm sorry. I forgot. I was trying to miss you step away.
Have you already used your bonus action?
Oh yes, I have. Okay, never mind. We're
Okay.
good.
Um,
Can I use my movement though?
yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my movement to get to not quite there. It's about right there. I would say actually I want to move onto this post.
Okay.
That's my move. That's my turn.
Alrighty. In that case, there. Yeah. I'll go for Tybalt, I guess. Tybalt, the air elemental is going to come up and kind of
Eat you,
envelop you.
apparently.
Yeah, kind of envelop you in his whirlwind of a body. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. I was between a 4 and an 18. I wasn't sure where it was at. That's a 6.
Oh, bummer. Okay. I need you to take 15 bludgeoning damage, and you're flung 20 feet away in a random direction. Roll me a d8.
4.
4. You are thrown 20 feet and
To the west.
like this direction. Right here.
30 feet?
20.
20 feet, okay.
That was from there. And then after that, which movement do I have left? That was 20 feet. We have. That's going to be his turn. After that, Kristoff is going to kind of like clear his head finally after being attacked multiple times. And he is next. He's going to go after you, Ebrath. He's going to run over this way.
Let's go, dumb bitch.
$20 feet. And he is going to have his longsword drawn, running at you, making a stabbing attack with his longsword at you, getting a 27 to hit.
Hits.
All right, I need you to take 16 slashing damage as he's able to just like get right up in your side and cut you along like your ribcage area.
You got it.
And then he's going to take a second swing at you, getting a 13.
Misses.
Okay. And that is going to be his turn. After that, it's Tybalt, followed by Vox.
Okay. My spiritual weapon is going to move towards what's his name? Kristoff,
Yeah.
and is going to swing again to hit.
Go ahead.
And it's going to be a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
and it's gonna do 14 points of damage.
14 points. Okay.
And I will also Tibble's gonna lift his hand and do a finger gun motion,
Mm-hmm.
and is gonna an orb of energy is gonna build up on his fingertips, and is gonna shoot out at the elemental A, and is gonna cast guiding bolt.
Oh, nice. Is it a attack roll or a dodge?
I
No.
attack roll. 20 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
And that's gonna do 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And the next hit will be with advantage.
Got it. That's cool. The next hit against it, or your next attack against it?
Any next hit against it
Yeah.
will be with
So it's like
advantage.
Fairy Fire, basically.
It's temporary
Fairy
though.
Fire stays
Just a one time. Yeah, it's like a
until-
one
Yeah,
time
it's
use
the
Fairy Fire.
next,
Yeah,
the next
yeah.
attack.
And I'm gonna move out of line of sight slightly, but just enough so that I can peek over and still see what's going on.
Got it. All right. After that, you're gonna Vox Aslan, as you're getting ready to take your next action, the door swings open and you hear a loud gunshot as the elemental is shot by what looks like a magical weapon of sorts.
Let's
and it's
go!
sent flying
Let's
back into
go!
as Stanzentar
Let's
emerges
fucking
from the
go!
doors, and she says, well, it looks like you all started the fun without me. I thought we really had a connection. And then she aims her gun over in Kristoff's direction, and she says, I knew this guy had something icky about him. And she says,
She got the ick, bro. She got the ick.
and she says, I never really liked him anyway. As she shoots him, and he falls slumped dead on the ground right in front of you, Ebrath. And that's
Okay.
going to be her action, a turn. After that, it is Vox Aslan, followed by Ebrath, and this guy's dead.
Would I? Whoops.
Oops.
I guess that works just well. Before I move, would I be able to put on my arm blades and then attack elemental?
Sure. Yeah, sure. I'll
Okay.
give that to you. I give you a weapon switch as like one free action.
I know. I always ask because
I know. I
always
appreciate.
forget.
I appreciate that.
Always
Yeah.
forget exactly how.
Let's go, dude.
do
Let's
the
put those
rulings.
bitches into action.
So all right. So I was measuring it. It's about 16 feet, but I'm also like halfway up the wall. Could I just jump off the wall and would I be able to make it to him with my 30 feet?
To the air elemental.
Yeah.
Sure.
I should,
Yeah.
right?
I would say you could just as easily have a running start on the side of the wall and jump.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm like halfway up with my spider shoes from the last round.
Okay, how about this? Give me an acrobatics check.
+5.
+5. Okay.
Yeah. Let me give you my flash of genius. Let's make this shit count.
17 then.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a decent roll to be able to jump the additional like 15 or 20 feet or whatever it is. I don't have it measured out, but yeah. I'd say you succeed.
Perfect. All right. So for the first time I am busting out these arm blades.
Yo!
Yeah, so pretty much the way I interpret these is I keep the AC that I get from what I would have as a shield,
Mm-hmm.
but I have dual wielding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perfect. So with that, this first attack will have advantage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will make this first attack with advantage. Dude, double sixes. Okay. Oh no, 6 and 9. 16 to hit on the elemental.
That hits.
All right, great. So
So are you like dashing or like across the wall and diving down with these arm blades as they like come out?
pre- pretty much, yeah. So like I was halfway up the wall already, and I was shooting Kristoff, but once I realized he's dead, we have one target. We also have another ally now. Um, I'm gonna rush in there, and I guess I'll swap the token in a second here for my melee token. But at this point, I'm busting out the arm blades. Um, yeah, so absolutely that pretty much, and especially since I had to make the check, right? So I'm like jumping, and I'd say like at first it looks like I'm about to fall short of where my target is, and then with your flash, it's just that extra little couple of feet that gets me there. Uh, and so the first attack lands, and then I'm going for the second one. This one, well, hold on. For the second one, I'm actually going to burn a first level and use my Zephyr Strike as a bonus action.
Okay.
So that gives me advantage on my next attack, and it's going to deal an extra bit of damage on it. But what the first attack, it wasn't super high damage. It was 9 damage on the first one,
Okay.
and then for my second attack, this one also is with advantage because of my Zephyr Strike.
Got it.
Good thing I used it. It was a 13 and a 4, so that's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah, and
Let's
then
go.
I got my 10 damage plus a d8 for my Zephyr. Fucking 1 again. So 11 damage.
Okay. Cool.
And as I land those 2 strikes, I'm now just standing there like what's it called? Fortifying. So I
Yeah.
got my shields up, ready for whatever he may throw at me.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
All right. After that, it's Ebrath followed by the elemental.
So, in lieu of my normal fire bolts, I'm going to hit a scorching ray at 3rd level. So what I'm gonna do is I stand on the post. I charge up my right hand, and I just fucking like boom,
Nice.
and that's normal. It's not
Yeah.
with advantage, right? Okay,
That's normal.
it's a plus 11.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 25 to hit for the
That
first
hits.
one.
That hits.
First one is 9. I'm going to add my d8. So that's 17 a hit, or sorry, 17 damage
Okay.
for the first one. Fucking 30 to hit, second one.
Is that a crit?
No,
God damn it. Okay. That hits.
that's 9 damage.
Okay.
Third one. Oh wait, I'm sorry. So, okay, so that's my second one, so that's 9 damage on that one. Since I upcasted it, I get 2 more. That's 21 a hit.
Hits.
7 damage.
Alrighty.
12 to hit.
12 does not hit.
And I get what, 1 more?
For a scorching ray, I don't know how many you get. I thought it
So
was 3.
I get 3, but I upcasted it, so I get 4.
So it's 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, 4. I think that was your 4th one.
Okay, then disregard that. Now I'm going to hit with.
Wait, no, that was if we in the log. It only shows 3.
Okay, so then my 4th gets
Okay.
a 26 to hit.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. It does show 4. My bad.
Okay,
You had a
okay.
custom roll in there, so it threw me off.
Got it. The custom roll was just damage.
Yeah, it cut off the
Okay,
log and
okay.
I didn't scroll up, so.
Got it. No worries. Then I'm gonna do my last attack is gonna be with my Eldritch Cannon. So I'm gonna raise my left hand and fire off with my Force Ballista Eldritch Cannon. That is a 20 to hit,
That hits.
30 to 20, 22 damage.
22 damage as your cannon blasts into this elemental. How do you want to do it?
Yeah.
So does it the wind elemental, what does it look like? Does it look like a giant person like the
No, it looks
token?
like it looks kind of yeah. That would be an accurate description.
Okay.
It's kind of just like a wispy, whirlwindy body, kind of just humanoid kind of body type, but
So I would aim where the heart would be, where a humanoid.
mhm.
And as I take aim, I shut one eye and I let loose this torrent of concussive energy, and it just carves through. So as it leaves my cannon, it gets larger and larger and larger as it hits the chest of the wind elemental. It carves out this perfect hexagon as it
Bastigon.
pierces all the way through and leaves like a hole that you can see through as it
Yeah,
takes out its magical heart.
nice. Yeah, and with that, I'll say that it lets out a shriek as the whirlwind of the creature starts to kind of collapse on itself, and it like dissipates in a big like gust of wind. Everybody's like shirts and hair are all rustling in the fucking wind. You're all anime style, and it dissipates and is gone.
I'll say the gust of wind knocks me from my perch to where I have to like hold on to the rope to be kept from like falling into the bay
Mhm.
because I'm fucking little. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, yo, fucking somebody go get me.
Yeah, like excuse me, like a cartoon. You're like hanging
Yeah.
on, like
I'm like,
ah.
oh shit. I'm like, yo, oh fuck.
Yeah, cool. All right, yeah. And with that, yeah, the elemental dissipates and is gone. Um, Kristoff lies dead on the floor, kind of just in a pool of blood as the blood is now like dripping through the planks of the deck that you're on. Stanzentar kind of looks around and says, "Man, you guys really don't fuck around, do you?"
Can like finally I'll like get my right myself and like I'll like kind of like saunter over here and say that we don't, Stanzitar. That we don't.
And she says, she walks over to you, Vox Aslan, and you, Ebrath, and she kind of like puts her arm around you, around your neck, Vox, and she like reaches down and kind of like pats you on top of the head, Ebrath, and she's like, "Ah, I can already tell we're gonna be best friends."
I'm gonna I'm like smiling ear to ear because I'm still a little faded,
Yeah, so
and
she.
I'll slip down and I'm gonna walk back over to the remains of Kristoff and search him.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I mean, I'd be looking too. So
Go do it with advantage.
Do it with advantage. Let's go.
Let's
That
go.
is a 19.
Mhm. Yeah, with a 19, you're able to kind of sift through his pockets and see that he is has a like a letter of conscription on him, basically, or not conscription, but like a like a mission. He has instructions to be on the lookout for you guys and to obtain to bring them in essentially at all costs. And how you can see that it has descriptions of what you guys look like. You'll see that in his own writing, it appears like, uh, it says Leylon mission question mark. Kind of like he's like keeping notes on, the quest itself that he was given, the information, and then it is signed with a Cult of Talos symbol at the bottom. You can also on his body find a Cult of Talos pendant around his neck that was kind of tucked into his armor and clothing.
I'll toss the pendant over to Vox and keep the missive, but not secretly. I'll just keep it on my person, but like walk back over to everyone, show the boys, show it to Standintar, and say, I I pray we find no such issues with your crew.
And she says, "Oh no, those guys are crazy. My guy's nothing like that."
I appreciate your help, Standintar.
Hey, I appreciate you, Ebrath. I know we haven't known each other very long, but I feel like we have this connection. I feel like you're my people, and just, we are fighting side by side, and I'm just so happy that you're here. And like this is what I really needed in my life right now. It's just like solid friends that are just gonna be there for me, and like I'm just so happy.
I'll just go give her a hug around the knees, basically. Well, how tall is she? Is she
She's
like
pretty
Jinx
tall.
Jinx
She's like
height?
Jinx. Yeah, she's pretty
Okay.
tall.
So I'll hug her around the knees and say, it's all right. I no, we were right in putting our trust in you.
And she'll like kind of collapse down to her knees and just like wholly like envelop you in her arms
I'm
as
like,
she just like holds you tight. And she's just like, thank you so much. You just mean so much to me. And she like starts to like clear her eyes, and she's like, oh my god, I can hold to myself, remind myself who I am. I'm a fucking all right.
I'm gonna
And
use
she's
my mage hand to pet her a little bit. Like I don't want to touch her, but I'll
yeah.
let the mage hand touch her.
Yeah, and you'll see that she like arches her back kind of into it and like presses into it a bit. And then like with that, she like wipes her tears away and she kind of saunters up and she goes, "All right, let's go do some pirate shit." And she starts heading off into the direction of her rowboat with where her like one of her pirate crew members is like waiting like with the oars.
quick question, DM. Is she thick though?
She's not thick. She's kind of more of like a tall, skinny type.
Damn, is that Breath about to bang a cat girl right now?
Not
Tabaxi,
anymore.
man.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
She
Not
didn't
his
pass the
type.
thickness
It's
test.
not his type. She's cool, but you know, she got a
So
pretty
is
face. But
is that breath
she,
into dwarves?
Ebrath is into
It
the
should be.
thickness, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
He's
should
saying.
into the
be.
he's into the thickness.
Uh,
Whatever avenue it comes through, Ebrath is into the thickness.
okay.
It'll be like I would say like a like generational memory that he's getting access to through being in the glamour of his father for too long. It's almost like he didn't
It's like seeping
feel
into
it.
his own memories.
Yeah, but just exactly like him having to hold the glamour for so long is like giving him like, that generational epigenetic memory. So he sees
I'll
he sees the flat ass on Sandentar and he's like, all right, let's fucking get to business.
I'll say to Stanzentar, do you stand in anything else or just Tar?
She says, "I'm going to be completely honest with you, Vox Eslin. I'm too fucked up to answer that."
All right, let's get going, Cat.
All right, Rock. All right, Rock. All right, and I think that's a perfect spot to end it, guys. That's
A good one.
That's a
Yeah.
good. That's a
cool,
good
quick
fish.
little
Yeah,
sesh. Got some fights in, got some
Got a good fight in.
Yeah.
negotiation,
A little bit of
negotiating.
everything.
I did
Oh.
not expect Kristoff to like turn on us like that.
Me either.
Oh, I
Honestly, I
did.
had a thought that like we should have checked him
He
as far
was,
as
it
like
was like, I don't know. I mean, as much as ultimately for me, like the defining factor, all things considered, is like they were pretty equal. But I was like, the Stanzentar route will be adventurous and fun. Like, there's probably going to be some chaos there, which I'm for because like
right.
we could use
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But I was just the whole time I'm thinking like this Kristoff is too good to be true. I don't know.
Well,
Like
Kristoff is
also
everything
just
was
trying
just
too
what
hard.
the only
yeah.
thing that brought like I almost wanted to do a religion check on him because he seemed like a paladin almost.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I had an idea of like we just didn't talk to him enough, but I was like, the way he's like comporting himself, maybe I should do like a religion check on him, but I didn't because we ended up going with um okay, so if we had decided as a group to go with him, I would have done that check before we got on the boat. But the fact that we
Ronnie,
went
Ronnie,
with Homegirl,
did you and or do you want to stop the stream?
Sure. Yeah, that's a good stuff. Good point.
yeah, the fact we went with Stanzentar, I was like, oh, never mind, we don't need it. But I did see